Jeff Bezos isn't just a founder, he's a business empire in one man. He built Amazon, owns Blue Origin, the Washington Post, Whole Foods, and Twitch. He holds around 9% of Amazon and fully owns Blue Origin. And yes, he's still expanding.
Hi everyone, so let's begin with this reel. First of all, as you can see, I'll bring in, the solid. Okay, first I'll select solid, make it a bit, off-white, press OK and cut the background. The next thing is this image. Okay, so I have used, Chat GPT to generate the images, and some of the images I have copied for play on Google. Okay, so this is the image. Let me just, add these buildings too. Okay, now I'll just put these images behind. Hit S to open up scale properties and increase the size. Put it like this. Head on to tint. Okay, search for tint in the effects and presets tab and put it over this. Okay, so we have got this background now. Now the next thing, as you can see, okay, this revolving thing. Okay, so it's easy to make and nothing difficult. First I'll just select this. Okay, Eclipse 2, delete the fill. So I'll just head on to stroke and make it, this light green color. Then I will make this shape, put it like this here. First I'll click this and head on to add trim paths, and under trim paths I'll just decrease the end like this. Okay, and play with the offset. Yeah, as you can see there is gap from here to here. Okay, but we want the gap behind this. Okay, so what I'll do is just put it somewhere like this and increase this. So now as we import this, and just head on to stroke, then I'll hit plus icon here in the dashes, and you can see you have got the dash. Just increase this. Okay, so you get this, and then what I can do is I'll just again select this, and this time select fill and make it green and delete the stroke. While holding shift, I'll make this circle. Now I'll select the small circles. Again head on to this Eclipse 2. While selecting this, okay, I'll select this to its mask and make something like this. Okay, now I'll just head on to mask path and adjust the path like this and increase the feather. Okay, so now you have got that faded circle look. Okay, which you can see over here, the faded circle look. Okay, now you have to just copy this. So now I've made this too. Okay, just one thing is I'll just select these small circles and parent I'll link it with the big circle. Then I'll hit P on this big circle and move this up somewhere here. Okay, so that it's more visible against these gray backdrop buildings. Okay, now let's see what else is there. This shadow. Okay, but before that shadow, as you can see, there's a fading in the buildings, so we need to make that first. I just select my pen tool, or it's easier if we select the round rectangle tool. Select the images of the building and just mask out this much. Okay, now it's simply just head on to feather and do like this, increase it. Okay, so you get that faded look. Now that's taken care of. The next thing is the shadow. Okay, so the shadow thing is also easy. First I'll just Control D to copy this and write it shadow. Okay, and then I'll head on here to effects and presets tab and search for fill and put it on this shadow. Then I will make it black in color. I'll just have to make it a 3D layer. Hit R and then I just do it like this. Hold Y and bring this anchor point to the shoes. Okay. Now search for Gaussian blur and put it on this shadow. Increase the Gaussian blur. Now just hit T to open opacity and decrease the opacity. Okay. So now you see you can get this shadow. Okay. It's that easy. Now the next thing is doing the animation, but before that we have to write the text. Okay. So I'll just write here Jeff Bezos. You can do the isn't just a founder and then he's a business. Okay. So I do this one text and these all text you can do easily by referring to that. Then we move on to the second scene. So now I'll just head on to new text. Okay. Now that's done. Okay. Now we'll start animating the scene. So first select everything and make it a 3D layer except the background. Okay. Just crop this background in its place. Now that right click new and select the camera. Hit OK. Again hit right click new and then null object. Rename this null object to cam control. And also make this 3D layer. Now connect this camera to cam control. Okay. Now I'll just where it is. Yeah, select my text and I'll just head on to my use of presets and use my preset of text paid up. Okay. There are also free presets in the caption prefix type. You can choose any. I use this. Okay. So I'll pick this. Okay. Now I want this to move too. Okay. So what I'll do is just select the big circle. Okay. Then I'll go to under dashes. I'll hit on offset. Go ahead to 2 seconds and increase it. Okay. So in vector rotating animation, select this F9. Okay. I'll select R. Okay. Hit the Z rotation. Go around here. And again pin to Z rotation, go to the course TPM and make it 0. And then at the end you can make it around 4, okay, around something like this 4-7 range, and then just get this. Oh, now that's done. Okay, so after this the next thing which we need to do is, as you can see here, this hand is moving a bit. Okay, if it's not moving we will do that animation. Okay, so I'll just zoom this in. Okay, and as you can see the hand is here. I'll select this. Okay, puppet position 2 and click here. Then I will go down to mesh, default, select both of these. Okay, now I'll just select again this and click and here do, and then I'll select this. Okay, and then put everything here. Go ahead, do this, go ahead again and bring it to its original place. Okay, now I just close this. Okay, now there is the zoom out animation, so that is very simple. Just go to the starting. Okay, now selecting the cam control, I press P, coding position and zoom in. Then I'll go behind and then make it zoom out. Then I'll select both of these, plus F9, and drag this to the left. Okay, so as you can see, we have got the first animation down. Now for the second animation, okay, so goes down and then this scenes come. Okay, so again, to just simply do one thing is again hit U on the cam control, okay, and hit Control D. Now hit U to open this, as we have made another copy, and delete the keyframes. Now connect this cam control to the newly formed cam control, and then what we have to do is simply from here we have to add another position key thing, overheads, and apply. Press F9. Okay, so this will look something like this. Okay, is the distance, and here just midway between this animation, okay, we have to just cut everything excluding the background. So this will look like our first animation. First we have to I'll bring this an ellipse tool, make it white, and holding shift I'll draw a circle. Now I use my special script, okay, which is the 3D extruder script. I go here to File, head on to Scripts, and then select this 3D extruder. Now while selecting this shape which I just created, I'll hit extrude. Keep this aside. Okay, so as you can see, it's a bit of 3D, okay, because of using the 3D extruder. Now we have to bring our logos. Okay, so I'm going to be using 4 logos for this. Use this Washington Post. Okay, this will be our first logo. Put it over here. Secondly, I just bring in my second logo. I use a key. Specifically, I will use linear color key and put it on this. Remove this color. Then simply I just paint. Get on this. Right. Yeah, we could here. And then I'll just make this color small. Remember to make everything 3D by pressing these cubes. Okay, now I'll just hit P and make it go through inside. Then I'll just hit R for rotation. But before that, I'll hit New and bring it another null object. Simply, I just connect this shape and call the images to this null. Okay, and I'll right click on controller. And as you can see, if I move this whole thing will move. Okay, so I have bought the first logo here. Now I just need to put this on here. I just select this, hit P, bring it back. Now I just need to click S to make it small and drag this up, center it. Okay, it looks nice. I'll just put it back. So after this, as you can see here, what is happening is this whole scene is coming down. Okay, so but before everything we need to first select this and do the animation. So I just select this coin controller, hit R, hit on Y rotation, go ahead, turn it, pick at 9. Okay, let me make this half so I can see the pretty properly and smoothly. Okay, it is continuously turning. Okay, so he have made this animation. Okay, so he has done this 2 times. Okay, so what you will do is once this is turned, just simply where is the first one? Yeah, the Washington Post. Okay, the first logo, hit key. Okay, to copy this. Now the previous one, hit Alt and right bracket to delete it because we don't need it in the second scene. Now simply you have to replace it. Okay, nothing else. So what I'll do is cut it from here, head on to project. Okay, hit Alt and put it over here, so it will just replace it. Now I'll simply hit tint on this, make it darker, and then make it smaller. Okay, now I have to just rotate it again. So I just do one thing, head on to point controller and then hit on R. After this I just again hit on rotation, go ahead and again rotate it. So you can see now you have got the Amazon. Okay, it's as simple as that, the animation. Now let's see what is there. So this line, okay, what we can do is select this pen tool, delete this. Okay, bring on the stroke, let's make it this color, and then I simply make a curve here. Simply just select this shape layer which you just made. Okay, hit on add, trim parts, open this up. Okay, and then when it starts just hit end, and just around here hit on and keep it. Go to the first and make it 0. Take at 9 and like this. When it comes to here, I want it to stop, so I'll just put it here, and then when it but this end one, and then it stays, and again I'll hit end, go ahead to Amazon and drag it till here. So first it will be WP, then it will go to blue, then it will stay there, and then it will go to Amazon. Okay, and if you have any more companies, then you can drag this further by increasing this. Okay, now simply we just add fade in animation. So when it comes here, hit this opacity, make it 0 at the start, hit F9. Then comes to Amazon, I just copy this and paste it here. So let's see our animation. I know it's fast, okay, but I want to show you the animation. For controlling the speed, you can always distance the keyframes. Okay, so the animation will become much bigger. Okay, so now as you can see, the animation is seamless. Okay. Okay, so this animation is okay. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to Borrowed out here. Okay, so he made this animation. We are just trying to learn from this. Okay, and for this end, okay, this is the last animation, which is very easy. So what I'll be doing is I'll just make an on to composition, make a new composition. Okay, and for the end C, we are first going to take this. I'll be choosing different colors. Let's go for red. Okay, and black. So first are we using this grayish one, like this here, then simply increase it like this, but no reds. Now just head on to stroke and select this linear gradient and make it like this. Simple. Now just hit Ctrl D and drag this above. Place it like this, but this time around the end scale and delete this. Okay, and make it small. Okay, but this time we'll be making it something red, dark red. Yeah. Okay, as you can see, simply what is happening is this is just going up. Okay, nothing is happening. Okay, this thing is just going up and this also is going up. So what he has done is, this was already there. Select this, hit on scale, go ahead, again hit on scale, go to the first keyframe and first hit Y and bring this to here. Now drag this down to 0, go ahead and hit F9. Now you can see you have got this animation. Simple, okay, nothing is there. By the same principles, this animation is done. Okay, same principle, this animation, and by again using the same principle, this animation, as you can see, this one, this part is going to the left. Okay, so instead of using this, what you can do is use this. You can see this part. Okay, so it will go left and right. Okay, but as you can see, this part is remaining constant and this is only moving. So what you can do, just again hit Y and move the anchor point to this side. Now you can see. Okay, so it's simple. Okay, it's just playing around with the scale and using anchor property. So with that, all the major animations are finished. Okay, nothing else is there. Okay, this was everything. So hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next